What is going on, everyone? My name's Boit, and I'm back with some more Age of Mythology, the Titans action spawning in the bottom of the map in the blue color, playing as Loki. His name is Matreus. His opponent today in the red color, playing as Gaia. His name is Joe. Yes, we are still on competitive Mega Random. This is by far my most favorite of maps, and it's got the most interesting things that come with it. But this is no ordinary 1v1, ladies and gentlemen. This is a show match. And no ordinary show match either. This is going to be called the Civilization Battle. 4 Civilization Battle on Vubly, 5 Civilization Battle on Extended Edition when we eventually make our way over there. Very exciting times. What does 4 Civilization Battle mean? Well, if you are even remotely aware of Super Smash Bros., it is a fighting game where the very original one had 12 characters. 12 characters? 8 characters? It was either 8 or 12. I can't 100% remember. Anyways, the point is, maybe it was 10. 10 characters. Anyways, the players would pick one of their characters, the other player would pick one of their characters, and then they would go through the entire roster and try and beat each other up. We're basically taking that concept and throwing it into Age of Mythology, except we're going to be limiting it, instead of it being a 12 civilization battle, a 4 civilization battle. Each player has to pick their 4 gods that they want to use in advance, and then after that, if they lose with said civilization, they can't pick that civilization again. However, if they win with that civilization, which obviously they can pick that civilization again, they must pick the same civilization. So, if we talk about what is potentially going to happen in this game, let's just say, for example, Matreus wins this game with Loki, and Joe loses this game with Gaia. Let's just say, for example, that happens. Well, guess what happens? Joe cannot pick Gaia again, but Matreus has to pick Loki, which then means Joe can pick one of his Greek, Egyptian, or Norse gods to go at him with. We'll see exactly how these players are going to be approaching this map. We've got ourselves a fairly rare fish map here on competitive Mega Random. The circle in the middle with a decent amount of fish here. It's going to be very Mediterranean-esque. However, not as many fish as would normally be on a Mediterranean map. So we'll see how everything is going to be coming in this game here as the temple is getting thrown down in the base for Matreus, and things are going to be continuing along here. Joe does definitely luck out here a bit with the Gaia on a water map. Gaia on competitive Mega Random has definitely been one of the stronger picks, I would say. Definitely has a lot of opportunities to get wins with Gaia. In fact, almost 100% win rate in the top 16 for the first competitive Mega Random tournament. I think had maybe like one loss somewhere in there, but whenever a Gaia main picked her, it was a very, very fun time here. So, continuing along, we are seeing Forseti coming through for Matreus. Nothing too surprising here. Oceanus coming through for Joe here as well, as the second dock is getting dropped, and Joe's going to go a little bit aggressive on the water very, very fast. Meanwhile, we do have the second dock coming down for Matreus. Now, this one's coming down just a slight bit late, and if Matreus is unlucky here, he might not finish this dock off, because Oceanus comes in, those Bareems come out very, very fast in, is it 14 seconds? I'm not actually sure if that's correct. 12 seconds to train those, as the dock is going to be shooting up. It's at 100 HP. The Bareem is going to be moving in. It looks like Matreus is okay here, but the Servant going to immediately start trying to take down these fishing ships, as they might have to retreat back into the dock. So we are seeing now the Caladria coming in, and we'll see exactly how hard Matreus is going to be fighting on this water. We've seen many Loki players find a significant advantage by simply just min defending the water and then making their Herso out and trying to get a little bit aggressive with Hall of Thanes and a relatively early fast heroic, because it's definitely an option here for Joe. So we'll see how that's going to go as the Bareem are poking themselves in, trying to take out the Loki fishing ships over and over again. Thank you for the Prime Cub Stir. Appreciate you, my friend. Thanks for coming and hanging out. As the game continues, Joe just continuously poking his head in. The fishing ship's dropping in, dropping out, trying to be as safe as he possibly can. Definitely taking his time. Don't want to fight too early here with the longboats. Once you get a decent amount, then you can pop out and defend here. And we'll see how that's going to go. As the Bareems still moving around, seeing what they can do. Obviously, not too much just yet. Still don't see any buildings getting thrown down in the main base just yet by Joe. As there are some Herser out, but what are they really able to do? The question right now is there enough hunt for Matrius to pop his longboats out and just try and defend here and then jump onto his hunt? And I think the answer is actually yes. There's tons of elephant over here. We do see the Caladria getting dropped here. Nice micro from Joe immediately getting pushed back. And now the Caladria is going to be tanking the dock for a little bit here as Matrius is going to attempt to push out on this location. 5 longboats against 4 Bareem over here. Nice micro yet again by Joe as he's going to be able to clean up these longboats incredibly easily here as Matrius is 100% struggling to manage to fight this one as Joe's got an overwhelming amount of Bareems out already, and Joe definitely has an advantage. Matrius struggling just a little bit here. He's decided to cut the longboats for the time being in favor of moving over onto the hunt. So we'll see, will Joe be able to react to this or not? He has almost cut Bareems. He's got himself now 13 Bareems out here. He's going after these docks now, and we'll see what Matrius is going to be able to do to continue here. But Matrius definitely in a bit of a struggle town right now as Joe's throwing down his first military barracks. Obviously going to be aware that there's going to be a lot of Herser coming his way. If we take a quick look at the economic upgrades, we've got no economic upgrades. We've got double military barracks coming down. Joe's getting himself purse seen, and he can start throwing down some more fishing ships if he wants. As the Bareems come through, going to start taking down the fishing ships again as they're trying to sneak a little bit of food, but Joe's going to have none of that one here as he cleans up this dock. We've got a longhouse getting thrown down now. Do these Herser have themselves Hall of Fames yet? The answer is not just yet. Do we have ourselves hunting dogs? No hunting dogs from Matrius is a big mistake here. He does actually have the resources for it. Instead, favoring an extra kind of longhouse, but not getting that hunting dogs is going to slow him down just actually quite a lot. It's 30% if I do recall, as the Herser moving over onto this position. The Oracle will scout this one out, and Joe's going to continue to pump out his Murmillo. This game, while Joe has a significant advantage here, is far from over. All Matrius needs to do is get some good raids in with the Herser, snipe some units, and simply just outplay at this point. If Matrius can outplay here, he's going to be in a really good position. We're seeing Joe move forward onto this town center. Definitely wanted to grab that one. Mana going to get dropped. Obviously, a really, really good Hall of Thane's flaming weapons timing here from Matrius. We go a really, really long way as we do see that the Mamilu are in good position already. Meanwhile, we've got ourselves a stray troll on this position over here, and we'll see what's going to happen as Matrius going to be retreating back. These Bareem are positioned nicely here. Lots of population on the water right now that is going to be going to waste. So you do have to remember that there is 11 Bareem here, and those do cost 22 population. So if you take 22 population off of Joe's 96, he drops down to about like 70 something. So the population is relatively close here in terms of land units. So we'll see how this game is going to continue here as Matrius continuing to eat up the elephant. Still no attempt at a hunting dogs upgrade here, as more units going to be coming out. Obviously, throwing Axemen are a really, really good idea if your opponent is going to be making Murmillo, as those Herser are going to be able to get a little bit of damage there onto the temple as the troll's going to come in and get pushed back. So nothing too easy there for Matrius to take out as he has to retreat back here. But he has distracted this army nicely. This town center over here is just about to come up, but if Matrius can get onto it, he might be able to deny it for just a little bit. It's at 1900 HP, only a handful of Murmillo over on this position. It's going to be a very, very close very, very close town center. It looks like Matthews does not go onto it. He's going to pick off a couple of Mermillo instead as the Ursa retreating back onto this point here. And we do see that Joe manages to garrison all of those remainder of those Mermillo to safety. So he's still kind of okay here as medium infantry going to be getting researched as well. Military barracks coming down. And the question now is there going to be any possibility of a gold starve? Answer, probably not, because this is a 2 gold mine kind of opener here on a Mediterranean-esque type of map. So getting those kind of gold stars is really, really tough, as the Mermillo are going to be making their way over here. Let's check out the upgrades. No armor upgrades per either player, but Bite of the Shark coming in, as well as Thea for Joe. Joe is off to the races here. Unfortunately for Joe, no Bite of the Shark for this fight, as his Mermillo are attempting to fight this one. We do see an Iron House Spawn. That's going to be absolutely huge for Matrius, as he's going to be pushing Joe away here. We see the Carnivora getting taken down, and Joe's going to be able to continue putting pressure onto this town center. But Bite of the Shark does come through now. These are 10 hack damage per second medium Mermillo compared to the 8.8 hack damage of the Hersa. These start becoming very, very scary right now, as Joe is very, very much in a bit of trouble here. But with Thea coming through, now Matrius needs to get himself his upgrade onto these throwing axemen to deal with those Stymphalian birds, and he immediately does click the upgrade there, as the Hersa are going to be streaming in onto this position here. The throwing axemen getting tons of damage down onto said Mermillo here, as they're continually running in here one at a time, taking lots of damage. The Stymphalian bird coming through to start getting a little bit of damage done, but the axe must belt 50% of the way through. And Matrius is going to have to retreat while he waits for said upgrade. Otherwise, these Stymphalian birds are just going to rain fire from afar. They do have 15 range. They do significantly outrange these throwing axemen, as the Hersa are attempting to micro around against those Arcus that are coming out to defend against Matrius's throwing axemen. But now the throwing axemen can start taking out those Stymphalian birds. Nice marker from Joe to pull back there, as Bragi is now on the way for Matrius. So Matrius is getting himself into a good position here. We are seeing some forward buildings coming down by Joe. The Gaia economy is absolutely bonkers here. Let's take out these fishing ships. We still don't see salt amphora through for Joe, so he could have a lot more food income than he otherwise does have. We see a temple coming down here on the front, but this is mostly just throwing axemen coming out for Matrius. Matrius definitely wants to have at least 10 Hersa when he clicks flaming weapons, so that he can get a significant amount of myth unit spawns. Battle Ball here are going to be great, but we'll see if that's going to be enough against those Stymphalian birds or not. So we'll see. Matrius trying to push forward here, getting a little bit of damage done. Heavy infantry coming through here, as those Stymphalian birds are going to be the target. Nice micro there from Matrius to snipe them down. We see the Carnivora getting dropped down here, as the throwing axemen can't realistically retreat from this position just yet, as the heroic age has come through. The Hersa coming in to try and take down this Carnivora here, as now we're starting to see just a little bit of micro away from said Carnivora, as the Hersa are going to be able to finish that one off, and Joe's retreating back. So now where to for Joe is contained this town center up on this position. He hasn't had a chance at the other town centers. Matrius still hasn't started production of battle boards just yet. We've got ourselves a palace down on this position. Military barracks getting thrown down in full force here, as Joe's economy is still remaining to be a force to be reckoned with, as Matrius moving forward here, ready to click that flaming weapons button here, as Joe has to retreat back. He has the palace down, 14 DPS per second. That's 3 arrows as well. So you're looking at least 28 damage per second, if not the extra 12 on top of that, as the battle ball pushes in to take the palace down, as everybody just retreats into the buildings and is going to wait out the flaming weapons as best as he possibly can. The citizen going to be retreating back here as these battle ball go into town. Joe has got a lot of resources in the bank. Definitely trying to hit the mythic age here is going to be a really, really good idea. Getting Implode, getting those Argus out is going to help out tons. Matrius has got next to no resources in the bank here, as he's getting some good raids over onto this position. A Mountain Giant to boot coming through here. That's going to be a huge help in taking down the town center, as we are indeed seeing Atlas coming through, and we'll see if that's going to come through in time or not, as the Mountain Giant is now going to start getting that damage done. This town center will go down as well, as Matrius is now looking to target down Joe's main town center here, as the Arcus getting the damage done. But guess what? Joe is out of gold in his base now. He's got no gold mines remaining. He does have a gold up here with a citizen somewhere on the front, so he can sneak that gold mine for a little bit here, as the Mountain Giant does go down. The Hersa might move in and start targeting this town center down, but the Citizen trying to make a break for it. There are currently 12 Citizen over here, 3 Citizen over here, as Matrius has found them, and he's going to attempt to start taking these down as best as he possibly can. Joe in absolute scramble mode right now. These Battle Ball could make their way over and take down this town center. He's got himself about 45 seconds left until the Mythic Age hits for Joe. But obviously Matrius is not going to be quite aware of that one just yet, as now the Battle Ball are going to be making a beeline for the town center. You would expect, as we're at 75%, will he get there or not is the big question. It looks like the answer is going to be no here, as Joe's town center is getting taken down with 85% remaining on that one there, and Matrius has prevented the Mythic Age coming through for Joe, but Joe's still at 12700 population, tons of resources in the bank. The question is going to be, can he defend or not? Can he escape with his Citizen or not? Because that's what's keeping him in this game, is these Citizen being alive. If they can get taken out, Matrius is going to be in a fantastic position. Not only that, Matrius now able to start getting this town center up and continuing here. We see the Citizen idly by over here, as we're starting to see some more manners trying to get thrown up here by Joe, as Joe's at 80, only at max 80 population, 114 population currently available to him, and we see hell coming through for Matrius. Somehow, some way, Matrius has managed to get to the Mythic Age before Joe has here, as we see the town center attempting to get thrown up with 7 Citizens. This town center gets denied over here, and we see a third town center getting grabbed by Matrius incredibly aggressively here, as he is continuing along in this game in an absolutely outstanding fashion here, as the Battle Ball going to chase down this Citizen over here. The town center is still attempting to come up here. We'll see if Joe's going to attempt to, or sorry, Matrius is going to attempt to prevent Joe's town center from getting up, but it looks like no, he's going to have these sights set on the other palace over here, retreating back and just going to maybe attempt to take this game a little bit later on. He's managed to equalize a little bit in terms of economy here. These villagers, unfortunately, moving to their death at this point right by the Bareems. But if you are aware of anything Norse-wise, it is that Norse is on a paper string, on a string basically. If you tug too hard, you can lose the game very, very quickly with Norse. So Matrius has to be careful here. He's managed to find himself in an advantageous position. He's going to have access to Fire Giant. He's going to have access to the Nidhogg, which is really, really tough to deal with as Gaia and as Atlantean in general. And he's going to have access to Ballaster here soon if he decides to go that route. Joe, on the other hand, will have access to 2 town centers, and that's it. He's not going to be able to get this one anytime soon. We are seeing the units attempting to come back in onto this position. The Nidhogg does get thrown down over here. Would have liked to see it get thrown down on this spy, to be honest, because that would have been able to disrupt the wood income of Joe just a little bit. But Joe still has tons of resources in the bank. The Battle Ball going after this town center yet again, with the idea of potentially preventing another Mythic Age from coming through. We'll see if he's going to be able to do it or not. 75% of the way through. We see the Fire Giant coming in here. These Battle Ball need to get taken down. We've got 2 Fire Giant that could take this town center down even faster. Town center at 85% of the way through, as it looks like Joe's Mythic Age is going to get denied yet again, as Matrius manages to prevent that one at 94%, ladies and gentlemen. Granite Blood also coming in. Matrius has got 4 town centers. He's got 2 Fire Giants out. He's got a Nidhogg out. He's got all of these units inside of Joe's base, and Joe has no way of spending the 4,000 resources that he has in the bank right now. He's clicked up Atlas yet again on the other town center, and in that moment, Joe has to tap out here. GG, what an absolutely insane game here from Matrius, able to utilize that flaming weapons and catch Joe out of position just a little bit, takes the town center down, prevents the Mythic Age from coming through. No Fanatic at Joe's disposal, no Argus to take down the Myth units, no nothing to continue here, and Matrius manages to find a victory here from what I reckon a lot of people would have thought was an absolute losing position. Incredibly well-played game by Matrius taking the first one. This means that Matrius has to play Loki in the next game, and Joe can no longer play Gaia. If you guys are enjoying this series, please consider hitting the follow on the Twitch. If you're on the YouTube, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next game.